Yeah. I seen something that made me laugh, and I decided to share it with you all. So, you ever hear the term? I think it was coined by Michelle Obama, called protective styles. And it's really like, why, if you are never going to show the real thing? Like, okay, I get it. Supposedly, it protects your natural hair, which really makes no sense whatsoever. But let's pretend like it does. Just for a brief moment, let's pretend like that makes a bit of sense. The whole point in protecting something is so that you can eventually use the thing that's being protected, right? Like, people protect their daughters from like bad mating choices, or men that would do them harm, but eventually she's going to have to get married. Like, you're going to have to actually bring her out. With protective styles, you're actually going to have to bring the hair out. We're not even going to talk about that right now. What we're going to talk about is the damage that, quote, protective hairstyles is doing. And apparently, it's making these women bald. It's taking regular haired women, young women in many cases, and making them bald. Now, I was wondering why I had so much trouble convincing them, because you would think that, okay, they're doing it for men, and once men, black men and white men and all men, really have made it clear that we do not prefer this wig fake look. Um, why don't you stop doing it? Well, the reason why I believe that many of them don't stop doing it is because they've done it for so long that at this point, if you remove the wig, you'll see that they're bald. And they're trying to hide that fact from uh, everybody. So basically, once you start, the hair loss begins, and I'm going to show you the process of how that's done, which once again I find hilarious. And then they have to continue to wear wigs to hide the fact that they're bald, to hide that. So hit the like button while we get into this. Good or bad hair, whether you're dark or fair, gonna swear, see if I care. Good or bad hair, don't you wish you had hair like this? Then the boys would give you a kiss. All right. Notice what some of the younger women are doing nowadays is getting this like cotton candy style with the, yeah, it's bad. Anyway,
Wigs have completely transformed the modern beauty culture. They allow people to instantly change their hairstyle, their hair color, their hair length. They are almost indistinguishable from natural hair.
all right. For whatever reason, he plays music in his, so I'm gonna skip a little bit. Oh, this is just brutal to watch. This is just because they actually get arrogant with this. They actually put this, and they get arrogant. They just walk around, just so sedity. They look like looking like a shout out to Andre 3000 and Big Boy. Uh, they walk around with that Caroline, walk around with that Caroline demeanor, and it's like, listen, you're bald. You're not. Dang.
Yes, the perfect melt. But beneath the flawless transformations, more and more people have started
Look at
noticing
that.
the
Look at that. Looking like George Jefferson's father. Dang. Oh, and it gets backer and backer and backer. Look at how young she is. Listen, she still wear fitted pajamas, and look at this. Look at this. She almost complete George Costanza, like at this young age.
Same problem. Their hairlines are disappearing.
Look at that. You know the terrible thing? You ever just want to, while receiving head, just want to like grab the sides and pull it both ways, so then you could just pull it back, just pull it back, but you gotta grab the side hairs in order to do that. You can't grab the top because that just pulls it like back and forth. You gotta grab the side hairs in order to just pull it around your waist and just deeper in the mouth. You can't do it. Listen, look at this. Look at this. Look at it. And the mole remains.
And many believe the same trend that makes wig look more. A few years ago, most people just wanted a wig that looked good. They want a wig that looks almost impossible to detect. And
Listen, it's almost impossible to detect. No, it's not. We can detect it. It smells different. It pulls different. It feels different. We know it's not that. It's almost impossible to detect. And oh, I got an African accent. Listen, let me show you something. You think we can detect that?
people want a wig that looks almost impossible to detect.
You think we can detect that? You think that we could just that we, oh yeah, that's impossible to detect. I had no idea that that was a wig. I thought that she was a natural blonde. She's one of those blondes with black eyelashes and eyebrows. I thought
And social media has helped create a beauty
it's possible to detect because she's black.
obsession known as the melt.
Mama, mama say, mama stop,
The
mama
goal is
say,
simple.
mama say.
Make the list from the scalp. No visible edges, no lifting, no movement, no mistakes. The install has to survive sunlight, sweat, humidity, arguments, and apparently natural disasters. And
Natural disasters. Why is he talking like these bras got Katrina on top of their head? It's a natural disaster, like a tornado just hit the top of their head. That's why it's protective styles because of natural disasters, like lightning strikes their wig. Like I live in California. Like they get earthquakes on top of their head. Like what in the what natural disaster are they surviving? It's a tsunami. What? Come on now.
to achieve that illusion, the process became increasingly aggressive. Modern lace front installs are surprisingly intense. First, the natural hair is braided tightly against the scalp.
Hey, let me know if y'all go to a barber shop that's also a beauty salon. My barber tried to pull that off. He it worked for a bit, but then it just got weird for everybody involved. And then he tried to put up one of those Chinese curtains. Because quite frankly, we don't want to see that crap. And more so, they don't want us to see it. They don't want us to see all the Frankenstein science that goes into like the crap that they do to their head. Got my hair cut in LA one time, and the woman's spot was downstairs or upstairs, but it was on a different floor. We cannot get our hair done in the same place. Why? Because they do all kind of Frankenstein crap. It's not like other women who like wash it, curl it, and blow dry it, or whatever order they do in. You know, like it's it's all kind of strange. It's like you don't want to know how hot dogs is made type deal.
Then a stocking cap is stretched tightly
Ah,
over the head. Then a layer of strong adhesive are applied directly along the hairline. Then the lace is pressed into the glue. And
ah,
finally,
see
an
this?
elastic melt band is wrapped tightly under the fridge to force contact against the skin. Visually, the results can look incredible until some concerns, because the finer hairs around the perimeter of the hairline are extremely delicate, and repeated tension slowly starts
Now, I want y'all to point this out because if y'all ever mess with a chick and live with her, or she live with you, and you wonder like, what in the hell is that dirty ass toothbrush? This is what it is. Let me show you.
extremely delicate.
Y'all see that? They also use it for dye and stuff, but they be having like a dirty toothbrush. They be having a dirty toothbrush. So, like, I know some of y'all might have seen that toothbrush and just leave because you thought it came from their teeth. You're like, oh no, I ain't messing with that. Nope, nope. They doing something strange to their head with it.
And repeated tension slowly starts damaging the follicles underneath. Doctors call this traction alopecia, hair loss caused by constant pulling.
Dang, and she already from Kenya. Look at this. She already has the phone. Oh man, yeah, the hair toothbrush. They go to the Dollar Tree, buy a toothbrush, and then use it on their damn head. Black people, dude, use the stuff. Use the stuff the way it was supposed to be used. I'll never forget. It was the '90s when I first seen my partner take a cigarillo or a Swisher Sweet and dump all the tobacco out of it and use it to wrap weed. And I was like, what in the hell? Like, it was meant to so you could smoke the tobacco. You just you bought the whole thing. And I don't know if they do it now. In fact, I think that they do. But my thing was back then was why don't they just sell the paper? Because they know people like you is just gonna. My point is that use things for the thing that it was supposed to be used for. And a toothbrush is for your damn teeth. What the hell is this? Like they should invent something so you're not like toothbrushing your forehead.
Hair loss caused by constant pulling. At first, the signs may be small, a little thinning, a little irritation, a slight receding edge. But over time, the damage can become much more serious. The tension alone isn't the only issue here. The glue itself has become part of the problem.
Wow.
Many long-wear adhesives are
Wow.
specifically designed to
The granny.
survive sweat, workouts, heat, and daily movement, which sounds impressive until it's time to remove the wig.
Ah.
Because once the adhesive bonds properly to the skin, removing it safely takes patience. Unfortunately, social media beauty culture is not exactly known for patience.
She's fat.
So instead of fully dissolving the glue, many people peel the lace off too early, And that is where serious damage can happen.
Look at this.
The adhesive can rip out fragile
Look at this. And the thing is that like all the social media chicks that dudes be jacking off to and in their DMs and simping for, this is what they look like. This is what you wake up to. This is what you're eventually going to see. A bruised valley where hair used to be. Jesus. This is Scarsville. 20 something years old on some Homer Simpson stuff.
hair trapped inside the glue. In many cases, layers of irritated skin are pulled away too. About that irony for a second. People are damaging their hairline, trying to create a more perfect hairline. I mean, it's crazy. Now, here's where things get a bit darker.
Oh, darker.
Not all hairline damage grows back. Yep. And according to specialists, repeated tension, inflammation, and chemical irritation can eventually scar the follicles themselves.
Yeah.
This condition is known as scarring alopecia.
Another category of hair loss called scarring alopecias, where it is rare but actually more serious.
Oh crap. Oh crap. This is humiliating. This is humiliating. This is humiliating. Asian women, not only do they have the hair, they got the brains that is rooted into. Like she's here talking that Oriental stuff about black women's alopecia. And yes, Will Smith, I'm talking about your wife. I'm putting your wife's name in my mouth. Just like this woman here is putting her hair in her mouth. Anyway, how come you didn't tell August to keep my wife's vagina out your mouth? Like, oh, I'm gonna go to hell. And I'm not Chris Rock, nigga. I will sue you for everything and retire. Anyway, to have an Asian woman speak on black hair like it's a study, like they studying like a species of like woollier mammoths or something like that is hilarious. Is hilarious. She's just there with her real hair and her PhD in the mic, just talking like, look at my hair. Is it no bonus up there? Go on and stare, see if I care. Look at my hair. Don't you wish you had hair like this? Cause yours look like some shit. Like that is, oh dang, she is just rubbing it in. This is an Asian woman studying black women problems. This is wow.
Because it can cause inflammation that permanently destroys the hair follicle. So this is usually accompanied by burning, itching, redness of the scalp, scaling around the scalp, and this definitely.
Now notice she says itching. Y'all ever see like they be banging the side of their head because they can't scratch it good? All right, quick story. When I was younger, I had something called crabs. It's like lice for the pubic hairs on your penis. I never felt so nasty in my life. Um, and I was still in school. So nothing is more difficult in life than to have to scratch your dick while in class. You figure out all kind of creative ways to scratch without scratching. And that's what they're doing. That's them doing that. When they bang the side of their head, that's what they're doing. They got crabs in their head. They trying to just Just bang the itch away.
Needs to be caught early because once that scarring process is more involved and progressive, it's extremely hard to grow hair back.
And once the follicle becomes scar tissue, the hair may stop growing permanently. At that point, oils, age control hacks,
Oh,
growth
that's your
serums,
mustache.
and internet remedies may no
Oh,
longer work because the
ah,
follicle itself
I
is
got
gone.
appointments.
But the most disturbing part of this story
Okay.
might be what happens next. When many women notice
Now, he hasn't even gotten to the disturbing part yet, which is disturbing. Whenever somebody shows you women that look like this smiling, even though they bald, even though they bald, you would think that this is the disturbing part, but nope, it's about to get disturbing. All right, let's see where this is going.
their ages thinning, the natural reaction is to cover it,
Oh,
obviously, usually with another wig.
ah,
But now the original hairline
she
is
was
too
no
weak or
hotter. She
irritated.
was none the hotter. Look at this. She's so happy. Look at the black jumpsuit thing that she has on the zip up. Watch.
Their ages thinning, the natural reaction is to cover it, obviously, usually with another wig.
You see that? This is the same day in the same outfit, and she really think that she's just like, oh, I am the. You spent money on that. Listen, let me tell you something. Anybody that was gonna wait, oh dang it.
What happens next?
Oh, listen. Your options did not improve. Anybody that was gonna smash you right now is going to smash you with the hair. You didn't increase. You didn't say, okay, now I could get the high value men. Listen, if you haven't improved a significant amount, you just made your hair go backer.
Ages thinning, the natural reaction is to cover it, obviously, usually with another wig. But now the original hairline is too weak or irritated to hold the.
I like how serious this dude is. He's African. African people are serious. They was too serious to get on the boat like our ancestors. Listen, I cannot play this or have this in my vicinity without cracking the fuck up. I can't. The fact that he's doing it is impressive.
Blue. So the next insole gets placed slightly further back on healthier hair.
Yeah,
Then
goes
that
backer
section
and
starts
backer.
thinning too. So the next install moves back again. It kind of starts a cycle. And slowly over time,
Crap. So
the hairline retreats further and
I was a kid, and if y'all didn't experience this, it's because you're not old enough or broke enough as a kid to have experienced this. Um, I would get like wallets, um, like for a birthday or Christmas or something like that, or maybe even some shoes with Velcro. But I'm going to stick with the wallet for the sake of the story. So the wallet tend to have had a cartoon character on it and a Velcro strap. Um, and when you hold on to it so long, the Velcro starts to lose its powers, and that's what this crap looks like. It looks like the worn Velcro on an '80s baby's wallet, like that. That's them. That is what their hair looks like. Like if I kept that He-Man wallet till today, or if I kept that Transformer wallet until today, and then it would be their head. Jesus, this is bad.
further backwards. The wig hides the damage while quietly contributing more. It's a beauty cycle that can become extremely difficult to escape. Of course, none of this exists without social media.
Nobody think that this is real. Look, isn't it like coming off the sides and stuff?
Because wigs are no longer just beauty accessories, they are content, status, branding, lifestyle.
Is given, the least is and given. Of course, this is what the wig looks like with the curls combed out. Then I define the curl.
Entire influencer careers are built around.
I'm gonna go back. Look at this. It's something about the arrogance that they get when they put somebody else's hair on their head. Listen, the only way I could possibly get as arrogant as these broads is if I grew another dick, a bigger dick, and I got to keep the old one. I think that is the only thing that would go to my head as much. Like, it's like, wow, you really think that you did something.
Branding, lifestyle.
Is given, the least is and given. Of course, this is what the wig looks like with the curls combed. I define the curl.
Entire influencer careers are built around flawless installs and perfect melts. And online, perfection gets rewarded. Perfect lace gets views. The perfect edge gets compliments. Perfect installs go viral. Nobody goes viral saying, "Hey guys, today we are moisturizing our scalp and..."
The fact that they have to, because really the only people watching this is other black women. Like, nobody is complimenting their wigs but other black women. I mean, innocent black men, but they count as women. Like, nobody is complimenting this foolishness. It's not like white women are getting up and saying, "Oh, girl, I love your hair." And if they do, they doing that because they're making fun of you. Kind of like that movie, what's that, School for Scoundrels, or Dinner with, no, not School for Scoundrels. What's that with Steve Carell? Dinner for Schmucks. You're the schmuck.
Allowing our follicles to rest. It's always, showing the perfect picture. And that's part of the pressure. Because the internet constantly rewards the illusion, not necessarily the health and diet.
Keep in mind, this is Africa. This is Africa. I used to think Africa was the greatest place in the world. Now, keep in mind that I didn't think this for a very long time. I thought this when I was a kid, and I watched. My dad didn't really monitor, and I don't really like fault him for it. He just was like, maybe it helped me grow up sooner or something. Maybe it did, but he didn't monitor like if something was R-rated or PG, whatever. So when I was a kid, I could pretty much watch stuff. And I seen Coming to America, and I thought that that's what Africa was. I thought that the women threw flowers at your feet, and they give you a bath, and you pop up, and their titties is out, and they say stuff like, "The royal penis is clean, Your Highness," and you say stuff like, "Bark like a dog." That's what I thought Africa was like, but apparently it's they're like a lot like Black American women with a bunch of craters and shit on their face. Like, this is and the same hairstyle.
Interestingly,
I got a feeling that if you took Super Mario's hat off, his hair would look like this from just busting bricks. Dang, dang, they be going through it.
The beauty standard itself seems to know the damage is becoming harder to ignore. Over the last few years, there have been a huge rise in glueless wigs, silicone wig rips, adjustable bands, and age-friendly installs. In other words, the same industry.
Okay, so while other races are working on things like fuckable robots or AI or like flying around the moon and coming back and stuff, like Apollo Creed. Like while they work on that technology, apparently, they're working on the wig improvement technology. And look at what is this? Isn't that like packing foam? Isn't this is madness? This is madness. They're like, oh, this is terrible.
Helping create the problem.
It's like one of those. I used to go to A's games when I was a kid, and I wasn't really into baseball, but it was a family thing. Dad took me, and grandpa and stuff. Um, and every now and again, I don't know if every baseball team did this. I'm pretty sure they do. They'll have like hat day, you know. They'll have glove day and stuff like that. Um, I'm wondering that for whatever reason that reminded me of like not the baseball cap, but the what do you call it? The helmet. It reminds me of a baseball helmet. Like that's what it reminds me of. Look at what's underneath. Velcro. Velcro. Or what I like to say, hell no. All right, let's continue.
Problem is now trying to sell the solution, which is honestly a very business-like strategy.
Once again, look at how young she is. Like glowing her whole damn head back. Somebody said batter's wig. ah.
Strategy. Create a problem and sell the solution, or sell them both. The modern wig industry represents.
I don't know if he caught a fade or he got that herp, but he got something on that lip. He got something on that lip. Shout out to homie though.
It's one of the biggest beauty transformations of.
The whole elaborate scheme, the money that's involved, just the sheer magnitude of doing all this crap that we don't find hot is amazing. It is amazing.
The internet era. The creativity, of course, it's impressive. The installs can look.
And why is he doing the sad like music in the background? Y'all hear that? Like that's that sorrow music. Like when they're telling the childhood story about a person that is dead now. Like she was born in this county and she had two older brothers and two loving sisters. But then the neighbor was lurking. And it has that music in the background, like that eerie, sad music in the background. That's what he's playing in the background. Like these are some sad, about to be kidnapped girls, and they're gonna put them in a bald bitch factory or something like that. Like, what the hell? They're not victims. They're cutting their own. What is that, lace?
Incredible. And for many women, wigs generally provide confidence, convenience, and
It provides confidence. Dang. My penis should provide that to you. Watching it get erect at the sight of your nudity should be enough. But no, you need a damn wig. They don't help it. What the hell is dang? This is horrible. And you're bald. And you ain't got and the side effects.
self-expression. But somewhere along the way, the pressure for perfection started becoming more important than the.
It's not perfection. How is it perfection if we've been complaining about the crap for decades now? And every time we complain, you just get faker and balder.
And the flawless melts, the laid edges, the invisible lace.
I do like the edges. I can't front. I do like the calligraphy style um, stuff that they put up front their head. I don't really understand the science of it, but I do like it. Now, do I like it to the point where I ignore all the other crap that's going on a bald bitch? No. It's like the only salvageable plank of the disaster show that is the modern B-Dub's head.
The ultra-realistic hairline. All of it came with a cost. And sometimes the cost is paid by the very hairline people are trying to perfect. The internet sees the install. The edges see the battlefield. Because beauty trends become dangerous the moment the illusion becomes more important than the health under it. So if you've watched up to here, thank you so much. I want to thank you. Also, consider subscribing. My name is Higgs Lion, and I love talking about beauty standards, Africa, all that. Yeah, it's my passion. Please consider subscribing, liking the video, share it, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
All right, I'm gonna click this one. Why are so many black women going back to relaxers? I haven't seen it, but I don't know. Listen, okay. Somebody said something. I'm gonna respond to it. Somebody said, I think it's because
in my previous video,
she looked like one of the chicks that's on the ball chick. I think you came up in the baby hair '90s. Okay, here's the thing. I came up and I would watch with my own eyes grandma putting a comb, because my aunties have real hair too, so I know she did it for them. Putting a comb on the stove, and heating it up, and then using it on my cousin's hair, and then doing it again. Like she would do a couple combs and do it again, and that was just a process. Her mother did it too, but I only seen it when grandma did it because we was at grandma's house. She's my cousin, not my sister. And that's just what they did. And when you went to school, all the little girls were like that. Like, more or less. Like, they had a senior female figure that took care of them and passed down Negro tradition of hair care that somewhere along the line ended. It ended. It didn't. Fortunately, my cousins now as grown women still are natural, with exceptions. But sometimes chains get broken. But that's what I seen growing up. I don't know what happened collectively that made them just stop um, doing that. I did see the '90s. The '90s, it wasn't a big deal. We did start to see fakeness seeping through. Nowhere near what you see on the previous video. In the '90s, for those of you who were not around, what we started to see towards the late '80s was braids, and let's just call them Brandy braids because she was the one who really rocked that hairdo in that time period. So you would see that, which I was indifferent to. My sister did that. I was really indifferent to that. Um, yeah, and then you started to see certain like little things, like they would put a ponytail in their head. Now, what that consisted of was they would slip their hair back, like Roxanne Shante, look her up, and then they would have a ponytail. Now that ponytail is like anywhere between 3 to 4 inches long, and they would wrap a second rubber band around it and put a fake ponytail on that to make it like 6 to 7 inches long. And that was the extent. That was as fake as it possibly got back then. You must also understand that in that time period, um, in that time period, they were made fun of for that. Like if you look at the movie Coming to America, they said when they were talking about Soul Glow and they were making fun of the men with that particular Jerry curl style, they said, our home weave kit is really taking off. Like that was funny. It was the whole concept of a home weave kit was just completely hilarious. Now it's just commonplace. It's not people act like brothers have not been against this crap from the beginning. We've been against this crap from the beginning. They just kept pushing. Let me say it. Daddy Gov get everything for free. See, how can I say this? Daddy Government gives you everything that you need for free. It don't give you everything that you want for free. And that's really why a lot of women who are dependent on daddy government, they start scouting for men, a very particular type of man. And I'm not talking high value man. That comes later, believe it or not. They look for a man that's able to give them the things that daddy government won't give them. So they're not getting with like lead attorney or media man or rest in peace Kevin Samuels. They're not going to get with those types because those types isn't going to share in the bounty that is the U.S. government because they got their own stuff together. No, they're looking for like lower wage dudes, one who wouldn't mind sharing a government apartment and in exchange getting her hair did. And then when the kids, age out of the government assistance phase in their life, then they start looking for the high value man. I wonder if the rise of music videos and Source Magazine caused the increase in weaves. Could be. But okay, like Aaliyah, from what I understand, is natural. So is Maya. So is Monica. I'm thinking '90s here. Um, Ashanti wasn't. So I can see where the trend start. Okay, understand this. The demise of certain people, certain key people in the music industry, really opened a way for people who otherwise likely would not have made it. Had Aaliyah lived, Ashanti likely would not have had a career. Their looks are too similar, however, Aaliyah is significantly more beautiful and talented. So, but that's neither here nor there. Yes, Ashanti came and she had fake hair. And then you had like Foxy Brown, um, which was a 17-year-old girl talking about her nana. Um, oh crap! And then you had Trina. Oh crap! Yeah. So I see where you're going with this. There was like, yeah, something was going on in the music industry. However, women should have been able to make that distinction for themselves because everybody in entertainment, including the men, wear some type of hair gimmick. Like they have something like that going on. So, like, yeah, that's just part of it. Like, I mean, like men on TV wear makeup, but you don't like regular men don't wear makeup because you just don't. So yeah, the women on TV did have the fake hair. See, even on Boomerang, remember when Halle Berry was like, said about Robin Givens, I don't have no fake hair all weaved down my back. It's like, okay, yeah, that was. I really didn't know that it was a weave because I didn't know. Like weaves were not common, so how would I know? Those ladies grew up into sister locks. What is that? They only have time to do the Bay Girl hair every now and then, so they outsourced it. I don't know how much effort it took. I remember my sister did it. Sometimes they had beads at the end of it, those like little gold plastic things that they wrap the tip on. Sometimes they burn the tip. I remember those days. The women only care about image to get money from men. I mean, natural would get you more money. 90s women were natural and averaged 4 points in Central Marketplace higher than these women today. Yeah, yeah, I will say that. 90s women and girls, because I wasn't for the majority of the 90s, I wasn't an adult, but yeah, they were significantly more attractive if I'm remembering properly. Um, I can't think of a modern woman, even though I don't really hold a torch, or I really don't watch modern music. I can't think of anybody who comes close to Aaliyah in natural beauty. Anyone now, um, including my crush Chloe Bailey. I and she's in music. Like I can't. I just can't imagine it. Like Chloe Bailey, listen, if you're listening, please, please, please let me hit it. But furthermore, I gotta say this 'cause I gotta keep it real with my people. Um, I'd fuck you, I marry you, and I would cross my fingers in that order. Um, and I would hope for the best because your body is just like a 27-year-old perfection body, but it's a mystery. It's a big algebra X on what that's going to look like at 35. So I would be crossing my fingers. Aaliyah, however, Aaliyah, there's no finger crossing. You smash it, you marry it, and you know that even after like 3 or 4 babies, she'll just turn thick. She'll just turn into your style of thickness. I have a different definition of thick than other people, as y'all all know. Um, yeah, I mean, y'all watch modern music. Tell me if y'all know somebody, but like not even Rihanna. Like I can't think of anybody that could hold a torch to Aaliyah. Um, and then there were like the one hit wonders too. Somebody said Chia Pet. Is that a person? Anyway, I don't watch her, but see what else you have to say. Yeah, I remember the Chris Rock documentary. Yeah, he didn't cover like how they were going bald, and if he did, that would just make the slap so much more intriguing because it would give Jada Pickett like a lot more reason to dislike him, and Will Smith being foolish enough to act on her hatred for him and fucked up his whole career. His career is fucked. Like I thought it would bounce back, but it didn't. And I didn't think that somebody so high could fall so low. Like, but yeah. So whenever possible, I've always complimented healthy natural hair on the ladies. Absolutely, absolutely. Shout out to shout out to Shay Sade and shout out. Where everybody going? What's wrong? Maybe you're going to sleep. Oh, okay. But anyway, shout out to Shay Sade and shout out to shit. Who is that? Shay Sade and Zaza Beats. Dang, she could get it. She's 35. I thought she was older. Zaza Beats. That hair, man, she could get it. She is in league with Chloe Bailey. I'm not gonna say she's hotter, but she's definitely well. It fluctuates. It fluctuates. Like some days and some days not. But that hair though. Anyway, they wear wigs now because we don't like it. It's rebellion. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Black women have made it a cultural norm to be rebellious. They made it a cultural staple. Like it's part of their ethnic identity. So absolutely, they're going to continue to do this, and they're going to continue to go bald, and I'm going to continue to laugh. Used to be friendlier too. You're talking about in the '90s, yeah, absolutely. They were definitely more approachable. Um, I mean, they were just all around better women, and it bled into the 2000s. Um, and it's funny because the women in their 40s now were those women. It's not like so they just changed. It's not like it's a whole new generation of women that like those women are still alive and they just changed. They became something different in the process. It still says she looks like a chia pet. Talking about the girl on the screen. Okay. Creamy crack donations for all my misspellings tonight. Okay. I remember chia pet commercials. Good hair didn't cover baldness because it was still early stages of weed wearing. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, but I think that some of them were going bald, but they were hiding it. And now you can't hide. See, listen, just the whole concept of wearing weaves means that they're not interested in long-term relationships because the man is eventually going to see what's underneath the weave. So really, you're just doing it to be eye candy and to get attention. You're not really looking for long-term relationships. Anyway, let's play this. Let's see what she's talking about.
Video, we talk a lot about why a lot of women regretted chemically relaxing.
Why in the hell do you have a fucking accent? Listen, everybody listen, because I'm sick of people talking different. Listen at the way I talk and then mimic it. Like, I'll be like, how and blah, blah, blah. And just stop it. Just stop it. If I go to African, I'll talk with your accent. But when you come to my internet, you talk with mine. God damn it.
In their hair, process in their hair. But the truth is, we really talk about the reasons why these women actually go through what we call natural hair burnout.
I've been going through a lot in my natural hair.
Why in the hell is it black women that go through crap like natural hair burnout? It's not even black men that go through fucking natural hair burnout. Except every other man in my family but me, and it's not called natural hair burnout, it's called going bald. I'm lucky. In the hair category. But yeah. Yeah. I'm tired of my own damn hair. Why is natural hair burnout a phenomenon that only affects black women?
Johnny, when I tell you my hair pulls off unprovoked, just take a look. I've been shedding so much randomly in a day, and if you know me, you know I'm very selective, especially with what I put on my hair. But I'm not even gonna lie, I tried so many trendy products. Let's just not drag any.
Now there's a big shift happening where a lot of women are returning back to relaxing their hair.
I have finally decided to relax my.
Where a lot of women are looking at a box of relaxer and be like, I don't even think it's that bad either way. It's like, it's not even that bad, right? There are a lot of factors that has led to this, and we are going to be exploring that factors in this video. So you want to stay tuned till the end. And also, if you're new here,
welcome to my YouTube channel.
Here we, explore conversation on growth, hair, identity, appearance, and culture.
I'm gonna start watching this bitch. And unless you show me some hair or titties, I am going to stop watching. All right, let's see what y'all have to say. Oh, word to Vanity. Yeah, Vanity. Oh gosh, that was an '80s beauty. So that was her on Nasty Boy's video, right? She was hotter than Janet. In fact, I think like throughout adulthood, she was hotter than Janet, but just by a little bit. But Janet was just featured better, kind of like Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland being hotter than Beyonce, and Latavia being hotter than Beyonce, but Beyonce was just featured better. I think that that's true for Janet Jackson. And in fact, it was a couple of days ago, I seen like a little clip on The Last Dragon, and like, why wasn't there a sequel? Watched a little clip on that. It was interesting. Apparently, Bruce Leroy contract disputes and whatnot, but it talked about the cast Vanity, and Vanity was like next level '80s. I think that was even the '70s. Beautiful. She was just like out there, just like yeah, sure. I might have jacked off to her before I even like spat anything out. Just it was like she was just like next level beautiful, and I didn't really find women beautiful. When I was a kid, I found girls beautiful, like Cherry from Punky Brewster, who grew up to be a very attractive woman. Ruby Huxtable, Tatiana Ali, stuff like that, and of course Janet Jackson. But Janet Jackson, she, I was watching her in reruns on not Different Strokes. She was on that too, but on Good Times, and I thought she was my age. And I thought Kim Fields was my age too. So Like that's who was attracted to me. But like adult women that stood out was Vanity. She was just like, and wasn't she on Purple Rain too? Let me see. Oh no, that's Apollonia. Oh wait, these are two different people. All right, hold on. Let me figure something out. Hold on. Yeah, Vanity is hotter than Apollonia. So was Apollonia like on Nasty Boy's music video too? Was she the third person? So I remember hearing that name floating around. Let's see. Oh, so wait, Paula Abdul? No. Oh, she was the choreographer. Who was the woman in the video? Let's see. I think Vanity was one of them. And really, the whole, like I say, my father didn't, he didn't like. I could watch pretty much anything, any damn thing I wanted to watch, with the 5 channels that we had. Um, so I remember seeing this video, and I remember it just like kicked my hormones into overdrive because they were like in lingerie, dancing. But no, I said there was a TV show on that too. I'm looking. Who was it? Y'all tell me. Uh, Vanity. Oh, Vanity was in Purple Rain too. No, I say music video. Nasty Boy's music video. Hold on. I'm sorry. I get curious. Why is it saying like the people who choreographed it and shit? Like I give a shit. Okay, so that's Vanity, and it's another girl there who looked like Lauren Hill, but I know she had to have been a little girl in that episode. That's not her, but all right. Hold on. Where's the mute button? Here we go. All right. I don't think Apollonia was in it. Yeah, y'all remember the big hair, the big natural hair in the '80s too? That shit was nice. It was nice. All right. Anyway, let's move forward. Price was a bad man. Who the hell is Price? All right.
And if that is something you're interested in, then you want to stick around. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe. Here was very simple. Accept your God given self and be free.
All of us were born with our hair like this, and we just wear it like this. Because if it's like a
That the '70s was better than the '90s. Not experiencing it, I got a feeling. Um, and this is just looking at the Soul Train lines. Looking at the Soul Train lines, I strongly suspect that, yeah, that it was better. And look at that hair. Look at that hair. Dang, I swear. I don't know if any of you ever been with a woman with an afro. It's spectacular. I was maybe like 19, 20 when it first happened. Because remember, I came of age in the 90s, so it's not like that was a style. But she did, and my whole life has changed. It was the greatest thing ever. It's, and this is going to sound strange, but it's true. It's like having an additional titty. It's like having another titty right up top her head. So when you go to sleep and you're spooning, it's like a titty in your face all night. It's just soft and spongy. It's full. You can feel it. You can feel it between your fingers when you grip it. It's like a sponge, while other hair is like paper. It's washed, so it smells good. It's clean. They're the only group of people that have the natural ability to produce such a magnificent glory, and they yet fuck it up. You want to know why they do that? Because they're stupid. This new inherent cultural stupidity has really just made, has nullified, it has nerfed. That's how you say it in the video game world, I think. It has nerfed their natural advantage. You have a natural advantage. You're stupid. You have a natural advantage, and you let somebody allow you to compete on their level and lose, and you're losing, and they're making money off your stupid ass. Listen, you could walk around in an afro in an event in a venue where everybody else has some, paper thin straightness, and you would just be the queen. You would just be the queen. You would be my queen. But instead, you had to do something stupid. Why? Because you've been listening to Rebecca, and you tell us not to listen to her. When you doing her damn head, you're stupid. Instead of giving me head, you letting her get in yours. You're stupid. Exactly. They sold their super powers for magic beans. Exactly. Because they're stupid.
New awareness among black people that their own natural appearance, physical appearance is beautiful and it's pleasing to them. For so many, many years, we were told that only white people were beautiful. Only straight hair, light eyes, light skin was beautiful. And so
they came to this realization in the 70s, and then they forgot it. And you want to know why they forgot it? Because they're stupid. You're stupid. Whole damn generation of you. Your mama look like this and you look like that because you're stupid.
black women would try everything they could, straighten their hair, lighten their skin to look as much like white women. But this has changed because black people are aware, and white people are aware of it too, because white people now want natural wigs. They want wigs like this. Dig it? Isn't it beautiful?
Y'all had white women on the ropes. On the ropes, like like Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman. You had them on the ropes, and then they made you a dope. Oh, Didn't you almost have it all? I'm glad I continued to play this. I'm glad I continued to play this. Oh, and I remember too. I remember too. I don't think that they was white. I think that they were I think that they were like either Oriental or Mexican. So um there was a song that I didn't do it because I didn't really know what the song means. Like I heard it and I thought it was a fun song. I didn't know that it was something that black girls did to taunt non-black girls. I didn't know that. There was a song that kids sung, and maybe it's an actual song that they heard somewhere. But what's the matter with your afro? It won't grow like into a natural. Look at mine. Like they used to. So it was still there in the '80s. It was still there, and yeah, they used to do that to make fun of. So there was pride in the fro. I don't know what happened to modern bitches, but it was something terrible. It was something terrible. They forgot how to Soul Train dance and they forgot the beauty that was they fucking hair. Because they stupid.
All right. Black is beautiful. Green hood. Said I want it free.
But right now, it has shifted from what it was initially into what I call set of rules or tours.
I have natural hair fatigue. I'm tired. My washing is
I'm giving up a fancy word for lazy bitch. I have natural hair fatigue. If a man said he got job fatigue, you just stop fucking him, wouldn't you? Shut the fuck up. This bitch is annoying. These bitches is annoying. I'm educated. Shut the fuck up. But it's not laziness, it's natural hair fatigue. It's not musty, it's bathing fatigue. Shut the fuck up. It's not gingivitis, it's brushing fatigue. Shut the hell up. Shut it! You lazy bitch!
warfare, literally. And these are my weapons. In there fighting for my life. I'm wet the entire time. There's product and water in my eyes, in my ears.
I don't give a shit. See, I don't like that you complain about the shit that I want. What, you think that's gonna make me want it less? Pain is pleasure. Your pain is my pleasure. I don't care if it hurts, do it anyway. What the fuck?
Can't wipe my face. Everything is wet. I hate it. Free poo, detangle, shampoo, condition, deep condition, leave-in, cream, gel, blow dry. That is 3 hours. If I skip any step, my hair is dry the next day.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I have some hair up top of my head, and yes, I got to do a lot of the stuff that you just described. But it's not 3 hours. You're lying. You're lying to me. You're telling an untruth. And guess what? If it did take 3 hours, do that shit anyway. I don't care. It's your job as a person with a vagina to figure out what I like and give me it. Yeah, exactly. And don't they spend like hours a day in the damn in the damn, in some bitch's apartment that's digging in your head all day while you sit on a beanbag talking about blah 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 and how fat she is? Like, isn't that y'all gotta do that stuff and it smell like shit? Y'all gotta do that anyway. I don't care about the shit that y'all gotta go through. I remember one time I went into to a nail salon and I was thinking like, damn, it smelled like all these bitches gonna die. And I was also thinking like, I don't give a shit if I like the nails.
I have to do everything. And then there's just so much. There's just so much to know. Oh, you have this process here, so you need to do this. You need to wash your hair this amount of time. Well, no, you shouldn't wash your hair this amount of time. You should wash it this amount of time. Oh, well, no, you should wash your hair more often. You guys are falling for propaganda. You should wash your hair every day. Oh, you can use Blue Magic grease. You can use grease. Oh no, don't use grease. That's bad for your hair. Type 4B, type 4C, type 3A4C, 3C4. Like, I'm over it.
Right? Now, washing your hair is not just about washing your hair. There are sort of rules, ways, technique that you use in washing your hair. It ranges from pre-pooing your hair, washing your hair, conditioning your hair.
What the fuck is pre-poo? Is that some African shit? Is that African for take the flies out your head? Like, what? What in the hell is pre-poo? Or am I tripping? Am I missing a step? Am I missing a step? Because I just shampoo and condition. And sometimes I don't even condition. Like if I'm out of conditioner. But am I tripping?
And deep conditioning your hair, putting treating your hair.
See, they know they don't do all that shit. They know that they don't pre-poo, shampoo, condition, and then deep condition. They know they don't do all that shit. They just trying to. They just said, so that's why my hair is fake. Bullshit.
Using LCO method or LOC method, when you you're deep conditioning your hair, you steam your hair.
Bitch, y'all not steaming. Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut up! These bitches is lying. This bitch is lying. And tigers and bears, you lying fucking Dorothy bitch. You are lying. They just add stuff to the list. Talk about, oh, I have to steam it. Shut the fuck up. They do the same shit with cooking and shit like that. They be like, I'm slaving over a hot stove. Shut the fuck up, you bitch. See, the microwave ain't hot. Shut the fuck up. I've been slaving over a hot stove every day. Shut the fuck up. You just saying that so I could buy dinner and shit. So we could get takeout so your lazy ass can't cook. Shut the fuck up. They make every task that they have to do for my penis sound like the most gruelingest shit ever. Like they've been working at the LaQuint Dickey mining factory all fucking day. You lying bitch. You have never steamed a damn thing ever. Shut the fuck up.
And we thought we are trying to be free and accept ourselves the way we are. But on the contrary, it has become a full-blown job, a full-time job.
Lying ass up.
Or some towards.
This is why we tired of these lying African chicks. You know what else they do? They be having. Hold on, let me turn on my TV. What's this series? Fucking lying bitch! I only watched like a half of the first episode. I was like, these some fucking lying bitches. Lying African bitches. I'm TV not turning on. I want to turn it on down, turn the volume down. There we go. All right, now I'm going to go to Netflix. Netflix. What's the name of that African TV show? Fucking lying bitches. The Polygamist. The Polygamist. So basically, it's a bunch of it's a vicious lying about the cheating nature of men, and it's just how men cheat, and they say that so they can cheat and do all the nasty shit that they want to do anyway. They're creating these false narratives.
You have to do in order to look like the influencer that you see on your screen.
Yeah, that's right. Hack at that shit. Hack it. Or afro it or do something. Your pain is my pleasure. Fuck you. And stop complaining. Somebody said, is GC gonna have to smack a bitch? See, and that's why Mister had to smack a bitch. Because Celie was combing his daughter's hair. And she was like, ouch, ouch. And he like, shut her up. And she's like, I can't, it hurt her. I'm not condoning what he did. But there has to be, like, listen, what you mean it hurt her? You want to know what hurts? Plowing a fucking field. Like, when you look at all that stuff that they had going on, like all the hay shoveling and all the field plowing and fucking smacking a mule on the ass to get it to run faster and stuff, like, all that hurts. That's what he had to do every damn day. And she even said, like, you should cut it all off. Like, cut it all off? He says, bad luck to cut a girl's hair. See, what happened there? What happened to that? That's why these bitches are cursed, because it's bad luck to cut a woman's hair. And they've been cutting it since the beginning.
One thing I'm going to say about this lady is that if she...
What the hell? Why does she excel? Why does she excel like she went around against John Jones? Like, what the hell? They showed like 3 seconds of combing.
Relaxed our hair right now and say, you know what? No, scrap natural hair. Scrap natural hair. I'm going to relax my hair. A lot of people will be there saying things like, oh, why do you relax your hair? Natural hair is the best. But you all, let's open our eyes to the reality that a lot of our African or natural hair stylists do not know how to handle our own hair texture.
I don't know what the
There is something we need to note, and there is something we need to come to terms with, is that everybody don't know how to handle their own hair. It's not everybody that wants to even know how to handle their hair. And if you're here, I'm going to do a counter argument to tell me that, well, they know how to handle their human hair or their wigs. I will tell you something for a fact. Not a lot of people know how to handle their wigs. So people go to salon and give them their wig to revamp it for them, right? Not a lot of people, not every.
All right, I only know like 1 in 5 words that she say. The whole shit sounds like babuya wigs. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Talk, goddamn, and that's another reason why I don't watch these shitty ass movies. Except that one that I watched. What's the name of it? I thought it was okay. It was okay for the Africans, but it wasn't like regular Hunger Games, not Squid Games type good, but it was African okay. What was it? I can't find it. Maybe it wasn't on Netflix. But that's just one. Y'all make a lot of shitty movies. A lot. It's either too damn religious or too damn feminist. Dang, now it's eating at my soul. What's the name of that movie? Oh, maybe y'all say it. What's the name? Do y'all know? No, y'all don't know. Okay. See, here's one. Blood Sisters. I bet you that's some garbage. Now, how come they don't have movies for men in Africa? What the fuck is wrong with the continent? Well, I can't find it, so I'll play some more of this. No, I don't want to hear her. She talking too much stuff. I want to hear him hack at the hair.
The fact that she even sat through that whole process, why her hair was being maltreated, is something I cannot even fathom. And you all can relate to this if you are having natural hair. If I've not had any bad experience with natural hair, I want to hear it in the comment section because I have my own fair share of how they ripped off my edges while I was growing my hair earlier on. But that would never happen again.
Today marks the end of an era. My natural hair. I want to relax my hair. I don't know why, but today I just got tired of it. My hair texture is for
I would fuck that hair. I would fuck that hair. So whatever it is y'all thinking, I would fuck that hair. Yeah, that's the beginning and end of it. It's better than the wig, and it's better than the shit that be underneath the wig.
frustrating me. I don't like the way it shrinks. It's no doubt my hair is very healthy, and some of you may not understand, but I just feel like I would prefer my hair if it was relaxed. I don't want to overthink it. I just want to get to it. Yeah. I have done so much with this hair. 5 years. It's almost 6 years of being on natural hair. Oh my hair. I just hope that when I'm done, I like it. I hope my scalp does not burn. That's why I have made a good choice of relaxer. I've been saying.
By the way, for those of you who don't know, African girls don't scream a lot when you fuck them. They just don't. Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing I noticed. And they're very loud when you talk regular, but they don't scream a lot when you fuck them.
A lot of review about this, and personally as an hairstylist, I think this is good. I hope I like the outcome.
I'm about to dating, guys. I'm about to relax my fussy hair. I've been going back and forth about this decision for a while. Because if you know, you know. This is not a small decision. I love my natural hair. I love my fussy hair. Although someone commented on one of my videos that my hair isn't fussy, I don't know. But I love.
Okay, enough of this. Enough of this foolishness. I'll put the link out there. But they talking woman baba weeba babble, so I'm just. I'm glad that they showed that clip from the 70s. Now, I did an IMDb search on Vanity. Vanity's like 67, 68 years old right now. And I can see why the change from the afro to the wig, because here I'm gonna show you what I mean. Oh no, not that one. Here we go. All right, I'll show you what I mean. So I think that she's part white because she was born in Canada and Canada, and so maybe that gave her this hair texture naturally. So I think that some point after the 70s, um, women like Vanity started gaining popularity, and girls started hearing and seeing the way young brothers like myself would react to Vanity and others, like this one. Right? Wait, who is this? I've seen this before when I was young. But anyway, they started to react to this in a positive way, and for whatever. Oh, she passed away. I didn't know that. She passed away in her 50s. So what happened? She was on, was it drugs? Like a lot of people in her field of work. But so women like Vanity started to pop up, and I could see why, given the amount of lust and attention that I would give these figures, that a young black girl would move away from the afro and move towards something like this, thinking that the reason that we are attracted to her is because of her hair. Now, though it helps, the big 80s look didn't work against her. It wasn't the driving force to Vanity. In fact, if she had an afro, I would still lust after her just the same. So it wasn't that at all. The young ladies misconstrued it, and because they couldn't like follow code this texture of hair, they decided to buy it, and they've been emulating Vanity ever since. I think that that's what actually happened. All of these chicks are trying to be Vanity, because they think it makes them no. Yeah, there you go. 2016. Damn. All right. Because they think it's gonna get them their prints. Actually, I think she might have been a competitor. I think she was like the Aaliyah of her time. So you had a Vanity of the 70s, maybe 80s, 80s. Then you have the Aaliyah in the 90s. Who would be the 2000s? I guess that would be Beyonce or Destiny's Child, and then later Rihanna in the 2010s, and then it just went to shit. Oh, that was her. They could have gave her a bigger role on Coming to America. Hell, she could have been a star. Okay, so it wasn't Nasty Boys I was thinking about. It was this music video. And I probably was so horny when I was a kid, I confused the two. I confused like this music video, which I was too distracted to even think about the lyrics, with the Janet Jackson song "Nasty Boys." Remember I was saying like they were dancing in their underwear, and okay, so yeah, so Nasty Boys is a different music. Okay, so whatever music, whatever song this was what I was thinking about. All right, so my point is that Bishop was trying to look like her. Modern women tried to look like Vanity, and that's when things move away from the afro, which is what they should have stuck with this, because it's not her hair. Like they could have put her in any hair and it'd be sexy because she's sexy. And that's why Halle Berry didn't have no hair. Your mic went out. Yeah, that happens. Link is out there, people. Okay. All right. Oh, wait a minute. The original Keisha. Keisha is the same all over the world, just different accents. Keisha is Keisha is influencing the world of black women. It is. They dragging it, GC. It takes true maintenance, but no more than the BS that harms their hair. Yeah, I know they're making excuses. Nobody's falling for that shit. Listen, I'm gonna ask Shay Sade if she ever has like a open stream or anything like that. I was supposed to meet her. I was supposed to meet her and her husband for barbecue. Well, not for anything for dinner, but I wanted to go to the barbecues. I wanted to go to Everett Jones. Um, yeah, I need to email her on that. But outside of that, next time I talk to her, I'm gonna ask her like, how long does it take for natural hair, and she'll give an honest answer. My problem is that you see black men with their own hair. Yeah, I have my own damn hair. I don't say it's too much trouble. Like before COVID, I had the low cut Caesar with the deep waves. Um, and even that required a lot of brushing, a lot of brushing. And during COVID, my hair, I wasn't going to the barber shop and just started growing and growing and growing. So now I got like, um, a low top fade, I guess you call it that. Um, but yeah, that's it's just not impossible to maintain. Shit. It's sad because black women know how to braid their hair down and put a wig on, but that's it. Yeah, because my father, or not my father, but my friend and his daughter. My friend would do his daughter's hair from time to time. He's not a single dad, but they have alternate scheduling with their daughter. Um, and I know he's not spending like 3 hours doing it. It's and he got the hang of it because when I did my sister hair, it looked like shit back in the day. So, but if a father could do it for his daughter, it's not an impossible task. A man who knows nothing about such things can do it. When the majority of the women in your race know how to maintain a wig better than their own actual hair, you have a problem. Absolutely. Absolutely. Men usually have shorter hair, and Africans, for the most part, in sub-Saharan Africa, has short hair for cooling. Stop making these damn excuses. The coils were made for quicker cooling. Listen, I don't care. I don't care what anthropological reason that it is what it is. The point is, I don't like it. I don't like it fake. How cool is fucking fake hair with a bunch of glue in it? And strings and harnesses and cables and shit. How cool is that? Press 1 in the chat room if y'all jacked off to Shaka Zulu. They didn't need wigs and stuff to get my dick going. '70s and '80s show otherwise. They got choose to maintain it. What? How facts on Fufu Keisha is the. Oh, I read that one. Okay. Somebody said, "Why is this chick's lips 4 different colors?" I think smoking weed does something strange to people's lips. I don't smoke weed, so mine is still as pink as when I was a kid. Yeah, that's what I think. Or it could be a number of things. It could be like a African licorice or some shit that they eat. I don't know. Or Medusa, LOL. Okay, let's talk about Medusa. And this is really going to hurt the soul of swirlers. Medusa was actually an original African goddess. But to Roman eyes, to white eyes, if you want to call Romans white, she was the ugliest bitch alive. And she became like the goddess of ugly bitches. Like those snakes are actual dreads. And I'm not making that up. Y'all could Google it. They took an African goddess and made her the goddess of ugly bitches. This is how they think of Black beauty. I am not making this shit up. I'm not. Natural hair for 6 years and her hairline is receding. I don't know if it's because of natural. Let's see that. Listen, women's hair is not supposed to recede. Something is like very off if it does. After you've had a horse, you don't go back. I don't know. They just don't scream a lot. I heard that they be like circumcising it, but I don't know if I've been with one that's circumcised. I don't think so. They just don't. They don't give like the. They don't give like the scream. I tell you who do give like a pleasing tone, a pleasing energetic tone while fucking is Haitian women. Yeah, there's a correlation between receding hairline wigs. Let's see. No way that's real. I mean, if it's fake, it's Hollywood fake. Like, I'm pretty sure like what Vanity walked around in on a day-to-day was something similar to what we see. She was on coke forever. Her kidney gave out. Yeah. You know who else I found out died? Who I didn't really find sexy, but I always thought that she was cool and sweet. Um, I think her name was Kimberly from Different Strokes, the white chick from Different Strokes. She died young, younger than Vanity. Tyra Banks looks classier. Now, you know something? I heard that she wasn't that hot in real life. Like on a day to day, like sitting at a Kings game with Chris Webber, I heard that she was not that hot. Of course, models are going to look better on TV. Rihanna was the most overrated female ever besides Lori Harvey. No, Zendaya is the most overrated female ever. Zendaya and Zoe Zeldani. I really think that Hollywood just like bitches whose name starts with a Z and you can't tell what race they are. So they just make them out to seem like these like exotic fetishes, you know, like a blue bitch riding a dragon type shit. And but really, I never really. I mean, Zoe Saldana was like okay, but she wasn't like Colombiana. Like she wasn't. She just wasn't like the epitome of hotness. She was just bland. And Zendaya is dirty as hell. She's fucking mud dirty. All the damn time she's dirty as fuck. Like she was dirty when she was dirty on Spider-Man. She played like she had like those hippie clothes on. She's dirty in Dune because she's walking around getting sand in her pussy, and she's dirty in Euphoria because she was like a fucking cokehead or some shit, and she always just wore dirty biker shorts and shit like that. Like she's just too damn fucking dirty all the time. Fucking filthy ass, dirty ass bitch. She's just dirty. So now she's been dirty for so damn long that even when she's clean, she's dirty. Because I'm remembering her from doing some dirty shit. Rihanna was never dirty. You never seen her as dirty. Like how they gonna like have a TV show where they bury her dirty ass in dirt all the time and then just prop her up on a red carpet like she the finest bitch ever. That is an overrated chick. Black women already relaxing their hair or pressing for a long time. Yeah, I mentioned the how come. I mentioned that. But it's still natural. It still smell good. You can lick it. Go back to women getting a perm back in 1940. Yeah, no, okay. The point is that in the 70s they had a sense of pride and self-respect. Now, shit's terrible. I bet she's a 5, maybe 6. Who are we talking about? Rihanna? No, Rihanna got that nice booty. Um, Also, when you travel the world, particularly Latin America, Rihanna's music does something to their vaginas. It does something, and this is a good thing that it does. Um, they always dance to it, to her music. It's safe and universally accepted. even when girls don't speak English. Let's see. I never seen Lori Harvey without fake hair, but without it, she would be a 6 past 7. Okay. Do you think I'm a sexy girl? What? Who you quoting? All right. Joe, most dudes call her a dime and talk like she's Selma Hayek. I hear that name and I don't know who that is. Nasty girl. Let's see. Oh, Prophet of Thought. Salute to you, brother. Appreciate you. Um, Lots of people don't realize how much hair makes a difference in your looks. Not just women, but men. Yeah, this is true. I have gotten a lot of compliments on my hair when I grew it out since COVID. I actually had it this length when I was younger too, but then it started to get played, like like the '90s, the early '90s. Boys to Men look started to get played. So I was trying to grow it long enough to get like a Gumby cut, like Bobby Brown on my prerogative video, but I never reached that length. Um, but um, but yeah, I cut it. I cut it in high school. Sheila E. Let me see. I remember hearing that name in the '90s, but let me see what she looked like. Not my type. And this isn't like a hair thing or anything like that. Just well, don't get me wrong. She is my okay. Let me be clear. She is my type. But since we're having a vanity conversation, um, then no, she's not my type. But would I kick her out of my bed? Now, well, now yes, but like, would I kick a woman who looked like her out my bed now when she looked in the '80s, '90s? The answer to that is no. Vanity was finer than Holly. That's a off the bat, I'd say no. Um, and Holly was not my number one back then, and I got into arguments with niggas over this. Layla Rashad was my number one back then, but I would still give Holly more than Vanity. I will, yeah. The GC point, black women got government contracts to promote feminism in Africa and Brazil. That's because they're stupid. Their government is stupid and they make shit movies. All right, it says black women need to suck it up and drive on and have short hair. Um, they look like 12-year-old boys in the face, but if they have a banging body, most brothers will forgive them. Yeah, I forgive them for having banging bodies. Too long, it'll recede. Holly was definitely decent, but plain to me. She was missing something. Vanity had it. Holly wasn't missing anything. You see, Holly was hiding something. See, Vanity was just, I'm going to just be outright sexy. I'm a pretty woman and I'm going to be a sexy woman as well. Holly went into the industry like I'm a pretty woman and I'm going to be talented. See, Halle Berry wanted to be remembered for her talent. Vanity wanted to be remembered. That's why her name is Vanity. Like it's, like everything about her exudes sexuality. That's why she was the first fucking sexy red, doing music videos in her panties and shit. She's like, listen, this is what I'm going to do. So if you look at people like Halle Berry, she's like, okay, I'm a pretty girl, but I'm still gonna be a crackhead on Jungle Fever. I'm a pretty woman, but I'm still gonna be Babs. She never in the early stages of her career, she never like leaned into her sex appeal where Vanity did. She just put it out there like bam, you know, and you just like went crazy because she's a fucking gorgeous ass woman calling you master, calling me master and shit, and that turned me on. And when I say calling me master, I pretended like I was Bruce Leroy and she was calling me. I'm a freak. But yeah. And then I turned into show enough and fucked her again. Yeah! Ha! But that's another story. So she would do shit like that, where Halle Berry played the sweet innocent role. Like she kept her clothes on in sex scenes with Eddie Murphy and shit like that. And she didn't take them off until they gave her like $10 million, which is the budget, which probably was the whole budget of Boomerang. It was like $10 million, and I'll show you these tests. But she was already deep into it now. She already did the innocent role. She's crazy as hell in real life, but nevertheless, she marketed herself differently. So that's what she was missing. She was missing that freak factor. But she's not missing it now, is she? She was reserving it. Kind of like Megan Good. Megan Good, she kind of leaned into the sweet role too. Um, have I seen her titties? Yes. Yes, I have. Um, I was one of the people once when the cloud was new. Somebody hacked the cloud and showed like a bunch of people's titties. Kiki Palmer titties, Penny from Big Bang Theory titties, Gabrielle Union's titties, and they were on, and I downloaded them. But the only pair of titties that I got were the only pair of titties that I wanted, and that was Megan Good's titties. Those were the only ones I want. I don't want to see Gabrielle Union shit. I don't want to see Kiki Palmer shit. Wanted to see. I wanted to see Megan Good's titties, but she never like deliberately displayed them because she has that sweet innocent demeanor to her, and her having Jonathan Majors back like she did really adds to that. Do I still have them? No, those are like on 3 phones ago, or 5 phones ago, but it was a long time ago, so now I don't have them. I think Holly was presented as pretty, not necessarily sexy, and Vanity. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Now, keep in mind that Holly wasn't presented as pretty; she just was pretty. She didn't even try to present herself as pretty, but she damn sure didn't try to present herself as sexy. And Vanity was pretty, who presented herself as sexy. So when homie said that she was missing something, that's what Halle Berry was missing. She was missing her sexy. And only watch one times per week in a bonnet sweating. No, It's like one time a fiscal quarter. People used to confuse Apollonia with Vanity. Yeah, because they almost like the same person, like Melissa Ford and Clarissa. What's her name? Clarissa Shield or something like that. Who's that other bitch that's old but still holds it together and still talk the same shit? Like they the same bitch. Melissa Ford and that other one, Clarissa something. King Pix has always been like that in the '60s. Literally 9/10 black famous actresses had white husbands. Yeah, and they don't. And the cold part is that they would condemn black men for doing that shit. So nothing really changed in that regard. They would make it seem like every black man was doing that shit when they were doing it. And I'm not talking about the regular fucking run of the mill bitch. I'm talking about like Dorothy Dandridge. I'm talking about like Eartha Kitt. I'm talking about like Pam Grier. Ooh, damn, Pam Grier. God damn. God damn, Pam Grier was fine. That was another one. My dad would make me watch shit. My dad would let me watch that shit because he was watching it. I'm just in the room, you know, playing chess and shit, not knowing how to play chess, and and then there was Pam Grier. Damn, Pam Grier was so fucking fine. So picture this, right? And this is what I mean when I say like white black women think that we have some type of weird fetish for white women. Um, there was a movie called Arena, The Arena, something like that, and it was Pam Grier and it was a white woman, and they were gladiators, and they were female gladiators, and they had like their whole Spartacus rebellion and stuff like that. But that's neither here nor there. Um, Pam Grier, they had her in a jungle bikini, but they didn't show her full titties. But the white woman, they showed her full frontal. There was a lot of full frontal going on back then, in the '70s and or the '80s. But the movies that were made in the '70s and then like played on TV in the '80s, and the funny thing is I remember Pam Grier. Her beauty was more beautiful than the white woman's titties. Is the point of that story, and that's how fucking gorgeous Pam Grier was. Grace Jones and James Bond. Well, Grace Jones used to fuck with her security guard, who played as the Russian on Rocky Four. I forget his real name, but on the movie he was Ivan Drago, and which I'm not even tripping. Like and in fact that pairing makes sense. Like I could see why the nigga would be like irresistible to any woman. He's like slim. He's a fucking kung fu fighting nigga in real life, and he's a genius, and he's like 6 foot infinity and shit. So I could see like the appeal there. I'm not, like if it makes sense, it makes sense. I'm not saying that Grace Jones was swirling or anything. I'm just saying like point the shit out because there's a lot of brothers who get with women who the shit makes sense. Get with white women who the shit makes sense, and they like, why are you with her? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, isn't that obvious? No excuse, bro. Physics. How's that physics? Black women were doomed to have short. No, that's crazy talk. All right. It definitely takes more maintenance than looser. I don't care what it takes. Give me it. Ashley Goldie was nice, but had too many tattoos now. I don't know what that is. All right, let's see. Whoopi had 3 husbands. I think that um, Ted Danson has like very similar personality problems to Austin, where on the surface you would assume that Ted Danson had his pick, and then he finds himself with a woman that don't use one. Like when he married Whoopi, he was like at the top of his career. He had Cheers going. You know, he would do a movie or two here and there, but he was definitely a household name because Cheers um, was like a number 2 or number 3 show. Now, Cheers came on, so you have to have regular TV to know this. Cheers came on before A Different World and after The Cosby Show on the same channel. So I don't know if that show was actually good, but I watched it for that reason. I think every black person watched it for that reason. You watch The Cosby Show, you don't feel like changing the damn channel because you don't have a remote. So you watch Cheers, and then you watch A Different World. Yeah. So he was a ladies' man in the show, which means that he has a look that ladies, particularly white ladies, wanted, and he found himself with the ugliest bitch alive. So I don't know like the science of what happened there, the fucking period rice or period spaghetti that she did to him, but something strange happened. She's white in all the stories I've seen. Who are y'all talking about? Ah, Prophet of Thought. Appreciate you, brother. Brother PLT. Peace, brother GameChanger. Or peace to you. Peace to you, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, but it was Libya settled by the folks from the Levant. What does that matter? Medusa was a goddess in Libya. Oh, y'all talking about Medusa. Okay. Um, all right. I think that South Africa was settled by the folks and by the Boers. I mean, but we see what that's like. All right. Anyway, Medusa was a goddess in Libya, which wound up being Roman province. Exactly. And then they interpreted the statues and the painting and shit as the goddess of ugly bitches. They may have had braids or dreads, but Libyans at the time were, what is it, Eurasian. No, they fucking weren't. Why would they have dreads? See, that's crazy talk. Just because I think that y'all think that native populations disappear when, okay, it's probably because we're American and we're like the very few places in the world where that actually happened, where America is rare in the world. The United States is. It's rare in the world where this is where I would call America like a 99% complete and total colonization. Where the demographic is just completely colonizer, and the colonized, the Native Americans, are just completely damn near gone out of existence altogether, just poof. That's rare. That's rare. Kind of like most of sub-Saharan Africa, besides Ethiopia, was colonized, but it's still black as hell. And like Hong Kong was colonized, but it's still Chinaman as hell. Like it's that's really how most colonizations take place. Um, so to say that she was Eurasian from the very short period of time that it was Roman colonial, and Romans who probably likely were not as Eurasian as the movies would have you believe, but nevertheless, um, no, she was a black bitch with dreads, and they deemed her the ugliest bitch alive. Nope, the white boys got them playing with Barbies, not us. Yep, she was hot as an adult, Kimberly. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I know she had like drug problems and fucking. Apparently, she was a trailer trash bitch, which I didn't know. From a shit family. I went to public school, so lucky I can read history. Was just white women at over and over. Now keep in mind, Medusa was the goddess before colonization. I'm telling you, she was already the goddess there. They got there and they like, who's this ugly bitch? She must be the god of ugly bitches. And that's how they think about Black American women. Tiger's another one that's the most overrated. She looked like Roger. Zoe Kravitz is my speed. Zoe Kravitz. They said it best on Luke Cage when they said that she's just a repeat of her mother. She is, but her mother was attractive. Zoe or her mom in her prime. Yeah. Yeah, she was the hottest Huxtable daughter. Yeah. Raven Simone grew up to look like shit. I thought a girl that cute would grow up to be pretty. I was wrong. Zoe Kravitz always looks sickly. Zendaya still looks like a kid. Maybe that's it. Beat me to Kravitz. She likes heroin. Okay. Um, she's rehab hot. You're talking about what's her name? You're talking about Zendaya? Yeah, she looks like a kid in the face. She does. Once again, if she came out like regular and had a regular role, but she plays with that one chick. She plays with that one white girl, that one thick ass fucking white girl on that movie Euphoria. So no matter what, when I'm watching Euphoria, I'm always sexualizing her, and not Zendaya. Who is that chick? Euphoria, IMDb. Who's that chick? She is thick as fuck. She can get it. Sydney Sweeney. I'm not much into white girls, but she can fucking get it. Anyway, her. So yeah, and when she was in the first Spider-Man, she was like overdone by that by the black girl in that. So no, she got booty. She's one of those people that got booty that you um, don't know that they have because of their frame. Because what's it? Maya's like that too. I like her S&M song, but I think her music is more for women. Waste of Yellow. I feel like she did good with what she has. Waste of Yellow. Okay. To me, Vanity blew Holly away in all aspects. Well, I definitely got turned on to Vanity before Holly. Tisha Campbell too. So there was like a string of lighter skinned women um, who who probably weren't the hottest women, but they displayed themselves in a way that made you lust after them. Vanity being the first, followed by Tisha Campbell, who likely wasn't the hottest woman of her time, but when you're young, and I was young, and she she does the scene in House Party where she just randomly just takes her clothes off and the panties and shit like that, and it's like, oh, you know, it really makes you think. Even though her role wasn't even the hottest in that movie, she was the most revealing. So there was that, and then she had that other scene in School Days. So that really upped it. So I think there was like a string of extraordinarily attractive yellow skinned women, and Layla Rashad being one of them. So I think that from that string, they got a reputation. Um, but I was never of the mindset like when I'm looking at, say, for example, Layla Rashad, and you see her stripped down for Wendell Pierce and Waiting to Exhale, which she was the hottest on that. When you see that, you understand that this is an extraordinarily beautiful woman, but I didn't like correlate that to her skin color. I correlated that to her being an extraordinarily attractive woman, meaning that she would be attractive no matter what her skin tone was. This one just so happened to be yellow. Um, yeah, that's the best way to put that. Andrew Bassett is also an attractive woman, but um, she just wasn't hotter than Layla Rashad. And Angela Bassett also exudes class. Not to say Layla Rashad didn't, but it was overwhelmed by her beauty and sex appeal. Nicole Murphy in her prime is the closest thing to a nine. Yeah, exactly. Do you think I'm a sexy girl for her song? Was that the name of that song where she was in her underwear? Maybe that's why. Maybe, yeah. To be fair, a lot of guys didn't know what a pretty woman looks like. I know what a pretty woman looks like. Remember, I was a kid when these women were adults. Like, I remember she was a pretty woman to me. Like, Last Dragon came out in 1985, and I knew she was a pretty woman. Vanessa Williams in her prime. So, are you talking about Vanessa Williams, the Miss America Vanessa Williams? Or are you talking about Vanessa Williams, New Jack City Keisha, Vanessa Williams? King picks Black Man Simp for any famous black chick that's mid. I wouldn't call it simping. They gave Kelly Rowland a 9 too. I don't agree with Kevin Samuels on that. I think Latavia was hotter, which is one of the kicked out members of Destiny's Child. When there was four of them, I thought that she was the hottest. In fact, I even thought that she was the lead um, at one point. And maybe she was, and maybe that's why they split the group like that. But um, is she hotter than Beyonce? It fluctuates. I would say 6 times out of 10 she is. If she wasn't deliberately like muting her sex appeal, for the sake of Beyonce, I would definitely say that. Like, I mean, you've seen it, like when they were campaigning for Kamala Harris, when they were paid to campaign for Kamala Harris, like Kelly Rowland dressed in a pantsuit like a little boy, and Beyonce wore a dress like a so like I think all things considered, naked to naked, I think Kelly Rowland would win like 6 times out of 10. Give the other four to Beyonce. Does that make her a 9? No, no. Once again, Chloe Bailey is probably the hottest. Her and Tila are probably the hottest out there right now. I just love her face. Um, but I think that Chloe Bailey falls into a unique set of niche fetishes, if you want to call that I go after. And Taylor's just like universally pretty. So let's see. Not gonna lie, my and almost all my friends had this bar for black women, Vanity, or other highly mixed women knocking the door uh, of white, naturally good hair. Uh, I don't know, like the dark skinned girls that I liked when I was a kid were my age. They were like Ruby Huxtable. Um, but yeah, looking back on it, a lot of the adult women who were attractive were lighter skin, or at least put in a role of attractive. Because you know what? I actually thought when I was watching Coming to America that the sister was hotter, and I also thought that the woman who said whatever you like is hotter. So I knew it wasn't like a color thing. I think that was just like a thing that they were doing. Maybe they put the lighter skinned woman in a more attractive position so it'll appeal to white audiences. Maybe that's it. I keep mentioning Salma Hayek. I don't know who that is. It's why black women get jealous of snow bunnies in college. You can't wear wigs and weaves and compete against Becky looking like a tool. Well, you can't compete against Becky. Um, you can't compete against Becky for Brad. You can easily compete. You keep in mind, I went to college in the 90s, early 2000s. You can definitely compete. Like the AKAs in like deltas and stuff like that. They had the white girls beat. in both class and looks and rhythm and style and stuff like that. They definitely did. What they didn't have them beat in was sexual availability and imagination, which is very important to young men. Very important to young men. I'm going to say that one more time. It's very important to young men. They could, and I get it, but they could not compete. The college white girls are freaks. And I think that they were more so with black dudes because they didn't have to worry about their reputation getting hit. Like they could get all kind of freak nasty and then just find a husband, a white husband in law school or some shit. Like, I mean, because we were in completely different circles. Black women, however, if they were getting freaky, they probably would have to do it with the white dudes because if you went to a PWI like I did, your reputation will spread quickly because there's not like a whole group of black circles to go around. Like, you can't go to the other side of campus and, nobody know what you did. But white girls could. So, Vanessa Williams, my celebrity crush in her day. Okay. Let's see. Was nice looking at Swordfish. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I liked them in the bra better than I liked it in full frontal, but still, I like the full frontal. That's for damn sure. One of James Bond shows. If you say Salma Hayek, who in the fuck is that? Die Another Day. Peak Vanessa Williams, peak some. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that. Joe mixed women have the highest beauty density by far. Is what it is. I can see that. I think Vanessa's face is a bit prettier. That's why the downfall is wild. Holly presented classy. That's why Swordfish and Monsters Ball got the buzz. Yeah, yeah. Like people who hand out awards, they like to see you out of your traditional character. And they even in Swordfish, she was sexy, but she wasn't lustful. You know, like in Monsters Ball, she was downright in heat. All right. And Dude said Glorilla's cute. I don't even know if I know I've seen her, so the fact that I don't remember her means that she's probably not that attractive. Because women wear so much makeup and hair and like all the fake stuff, because that's so much. I'm skipping people. Um, because it's so prevalent now, you really don't know what the woman looks like. You just, they all look like the same hair makeup pattern. Um, so it's really hard to like determine beauty nowadays. But once again, Chloe Bailey stands out in that because she actually has beauty. She's, you know, uh, search assists black women may experience hair loss due to a combination of factors, including genetics. No, it's not genetics. Black women lie a lot, so it feeds the algorithm of AI. Nah, it's all the shit that they do. It's not genetics, or else it'd be bald bitches in the '70s. All right. And the effects of certain hairstyle can cause attention in the hair. Yeah, that's what it is. Like Dolph Lundgren said she was crazy too. I don't doubt that she's fucking nuts. I don't doubt that Grace Jones is an insane person. She was on Conan the Barbarian with a fucking tail. She literally had a tail. Or Conan the Destroyer. Oh, she got that crazy woman smile. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Where is it at? Oh, here it is. This smile here, I see it in regular black women from time to time. It means that they're crazy as shit. When they have like that full to the insane look, and it's always at the pain of somebody else, particularly a man, a black man, you know that it's something strange gonna happen. And then they be having black women as these fucking spear bitches, and then in the same movie they'll have the white woman like this, like on some princess shit. Like in fact, at the end of the movie, the white woman was a princess and she was like captain of the guard or some shit like that. Like, and they say, "Oh, the white man this, the white man that." No, Viola Davis did the same shit to her damn self. Is this it? So yeah, this is don't accept roles like this. Look at this. Same movie. The white woman is standing next to him, and the black woman is kneeling to him. That's ah. You did this to yourself, women. You did this to yourself. This show was goaded back in the day. Salute to him. Salute to him. Whites have dreads. She's listen. I know. There wasn't like a white goddess symbol in Africa of a dreaded white bitch. And uh, let's be rational. Jesus. The Phoenicians, I know. Listen, they settled like in a sliver. They did DNA tests on Carthaginians, and they were not European. They were more African than anything. she was she was there before the Phoenicians set up camp there. Okay, I'll put it like this: why wasn't she a Phoenician goddess then? Why wasn't her image found in Lebanon? Like if she was a Phoenician goddess and they brought their goddess to Libya, to Carthage, then wouldn't she be a goddess in both places? Who gets voted the most attractive female YouTuber in this space? Well, if I had to take married women out of it, which I do in such contests, um, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Yeah, I have to come back to you on that. All right, let me skip some. Zoe just has what, Kravitz or Zeldani? Just has a smoker look that takes her down a notch for me. Which one, Kravitz or Zeldani? Bird-looking black women like bird-women black women who look like Maya always age well. Well, Maya aged well, which is rare for a light-skinned chick. But she's weird. She married herself. I heard she was a bitch in real life. Like she plays that sweet role, like, oh, look at me, I'm so sweet, I'm light skinned. Then, but um, and I heard this like directly from a person who she treats like worker people or staff people. Like, you know how when somebody does an event, somebody like Maya does an event, and then there's people who are facilitators, so to speak, um, like do boys and do girls. Like they're the ones who aren't like the makeup people or the wardrobe people. They're the ones that it's just like do shit. Like, go get me a donut, bitch. Like they're those types. That's their job. That's the type of job you get in college if you're lucky. She treats them like shit. Okay. Who has it? Elmer Fudd knows. Tisha Campbell was cute, not the hottest. Well, yeah, but she had roles that, hey, when you're a kid, black panties, that's just it. And like, that's just burns into your soul. Tisha made herself look good, but that chocolate chip was better at any time in House Party. Yeah. And also Pam, not only, I would say that in Martin they were about even, but once again, Tisha had the more um, visible role. But Pam aged a lot better. And they've been friends since like Little Shop of Horror. Standard for Hollywood has gone down because people have to relate to the people they view on TV. Yes, it was. Back then, you had a slim, thick woman with their natural hair because most black women were slim, thick. Yeah, this is true. But I think people are imitating what they see as opposed to art imitating reality. Kelly was definitely not a nine, but KS loved chocolate chicks, so maybe he's biased to her. Well, once again, skin color aside, she's a very cute woman with a banging body. Um, And I think that overrides things because Kevin Samuels, he obviously had a thing for Jenny Babas, which is like the thickest white girl there is, or the thickest Asian girl alive. That may be true. Kevin probably did give her a 9 to avoid colorism crybabies. Or so he can have a 9. He had to give it to somebody so he could so they could understand how the scaling worked. The sister was cuter because the starting woman had a huge forehead. Talking about Conan? Shahari Headley. I don't know what that is. And white women worked harder at looking good. Yeah, absolutely. Um, Graduating and the chance and chasing after black men. Black women were cute and they were a minority. Didn't work hard to get black men. I'm not gonna say that they didn't work hard. They just were more strategic. Where white women were really white women were like, listen, you can fuck me all you want to, and if you marry me, that's a plus. They were just on that with it. And I wasn't an athlete. I know y'all seen that story of the woman teaching her daughter how to marry a black man or a black athlete. I wasn't an athlete. Oh, Prime Vanessa. Okay, gotcha. Even if Keisha had the look and got black men, her friends would ruin it. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Um, in my day, most college girls weren't Keisha. Um, so yeah, that problem really. I'm trying to think if that problem really existed. Where one black woman was telling another black woman, "Don't mess with him," for dot dot dot. Um, no, I didn't really see that. That was outside of that realm. Now, there were some chicks who were just downright stuck up and conceited, which is not like a friend influences. This is just like I'm this shit and I know it. Caroline type bitches. There were those. And then there were those who felt like there was a social hierarchy, um, and which is much like outside of college, but it was clearly defined social hierarchy, and they are just like flat out, you're not on my level because of this social hierarchy, which in California meant like things like the prestige of the university that you went to, like Stanford over UCLA type deal, um, and like UCLA or UC Berkeley and stuff over state universities. Um, and then within those, like if you both went to like UCLA, then there's fraternity over non-fraternity if she's in a sorority. So there were those who were on that. Um, there were those who didn't really mess with dudes with shit majors. Let me think. There were chicks who only mess with dudes that graduated. There was this one, oh my gosh, she was in Nesby with me. She was so fucking thick. She was so fucking thick. And I don't know if she was um, a citizen, but I do know that she was African. And she just straight up said, I only marry rich. I only mess with rich dudes. She didn't say older. She didn't say um, med students or athletes or anything like that. She was like only rich right now. We could dance, we could party, we could kick it, but only rich right now. And she was serious too. The reason why I say I don't know if she was a citizen or not, because if you're there on a student visa and you want to stay, then you get married. And there were a lot of people in that situation, and some of my friends, male friends, did marry somebody before they graduated. I don't know if that was her situation. And then we had a lot of Africans who were just like their parents were doctors and they came over here and shit, and they had a kid and their kids went to college. And, you know the story goes. She could have been that, but she was dead serious about that. Out there, that she was so her body was just like shit, like that fucking white girl on that show Euphoria. It was like that. It was just like unforgettable. Had a girlfriend back in the '90s. We even shacked up. Her no man having getting friends talked her out of dating black women. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not going to. I'm not responding to this. Still not responding. All right, let's see. Here. I make sure both you see lots of muscular black men in movies. I'm in TV because that's actually black men in real life. Pam was supposed to make herself appear. Yeah, I know. I know. She even said that they were looking for a big woman. Jenny Babas has surgery. Of course, she's Asian. They don't appear like that in nature. I've been to Asia. That's not regular. I've been to her country. I've been to the Philippines. By the '90s, it very much existed where black women's friends would dog out black boyfriends. Yeah, we don't. Like they even made fun of it on In Living Color with Wanda. You know, like she always had a friend there, and one guy be interested in a friend, but since Tommy Davidson wasn't interested in Wanda, she's like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. These were Gen X had it much harder. Attractive girls when I was in college were easier to get. I am Gen X. I didn't have it harder. I think guys nowadays have it harder than any generation. Like I fucking looked it up. Like 30% haven't had sex in a year, and in my generation, when I was college age, it was 4%. So yeah, they have it a lot harder. Ah, all right, here we go. Various skin tones. Let's see. While others portrayed them as dark brown, over time, regional populations blended with neighboring sub-Saharan Mediterranean groups. Yeah, primarily ancestors of modern Berbers were highly diverse, as I stated. Um, Historically depiction. Yeah, yeah. I said that they were mixed. My point is that the goddess with the fucking dreads was a black woman. You're looking for a disagreement for the sake of disagreeing. You okay? All right. Keep it light. I see a lot of Asians with lower bodies like her, but not with the breasts. I see every now and again one with a booty pop like hers, absolutely. But with Tigo Bitties with that frame, no. Like C cups were extremely rare in the Philippines, and I mean extremely rare. Um, and D cups like hers is just like unheard of. It's possible, but it's highly improbable, especially on that frame. So no, it's likely that she had work done. And I would say that even if she wasn't Asian, but like that, the fact that she is, um, really just brings it into perspective. Okay, there's two things that's possible. One, that she is a black woman, and two, that she was a white woman with dreads living in Africa. Like those are the two possibilities. I'm gonna go with the former. You could go with the latter. Then you would have to ask yourself, why would this white woman be so unattractive to Greeks that she became the goddess of ugly bitches? Like I would assume someone like that would be foreign, because or else she would just like look like all the other goddesses but with dreads. Just saying. Jesus. All right, anyway, I want to thank Cash Apps, Super Chats, managers, moderators, those who are listening silently, those participating in the chat. Hit that like button on your way out. This is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.